what I suggest that the developers do now from this is they actually separate these into different tiers, because personally I believe that a lot of these spins, a lot of these KGs aren't exactly worth the percentage that they're at. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Ethereal. So now this video took me a pretty long time to make because I actually couldn't believe it myself, but I'm here today to sort of go over the common misconception of the spin system in Shinobi Live 2. Now, unless the devs themselves explain it in a different way on how exactly they did it, then my view will always be the one I'm explaining right now, because it is totally possible for them to do it in a different way that works with these values that they have for this spin system. All right, now let's go ahead and click edit, right? And let's actually look at what exactly we see here, right? So we see ball here at 16.6%, right? But what is this out of, right? Now, usually in percentages in spin system games, it's usually out of 100, correct? But in this case, I'm not too sure if it exactly is, because if you add up every single percentage that you see here, right? Every single, so Ketsurigan 2.86, all of these bad boys up. As you guys can see here, I'm gonna put it on screen for you guys. You actually get 151.71%. All right, so what does this mean? That means that the value that you guys are seeing isn't actually what you think it is. This is not like, okay, I have a 16% chance to get this, a 16.6% chance to get this out of 100. This is 16.6% chance to get this out of 151.71%. All right, that is the total. So all I'm doing here is converting each percentage to what it would be if it was out of 100. All right, and surprisingly, very surprisingly, a lot of these are far lower than what they actually are. All right, so to do this, all I really did was I just put like a formula up, right? So what you guys see on the left here is balls percentage, which is 16.6, and then under it I have the total amount, which is 151.71%, right? And then I made that equal to what boil would be, which is X, and then under that I put 100, which is what we want to scale it down to, right? So all you got to do here, right, is cross multiply. All right, so multiply 16.6 times 100, and you multiply 151.71 times X, right? And then you end up getting 100 times 16.6 equals 151.71x. All right, multiply them, do whatever you gotta do. You get 1660 is equal to 151.71x. Divide 1660 divided by 151.71 is equal to x, and then we get 10.94 is equal to Ball's real rarity. I know, pretty boring, y'all. Right, so you know you can definitely just skip to what it really is. You know, so you have to go through that whole entire long lecture. But yeah, the real rarity of Boil is equal to 10.94. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all of the rarities, the real rarities, based on these calculations, y'all. We don't know if this is 100% what it is, because like I told you earlier, all right, unless they come out clean and say whatever they want to say about how the spin system works, this is probably incorrect, okay? But based on what I just told you guys, all right, these are all the rarities. As you guys can see at the bottom, the total is equal to 100, which is 100%. All right, so Boil is 10.94, Byakugan is 0.66, Crystal is 10.94, Particle 1.32. Let's like just get to some of the KG that you guys will like the most, which is Sharingan. So Sharingan is actually a 0.88% chance now. Ketsurigan is 1.89. You have Namikaze, which is 1.46. Skipping down some more, you have Itachi MS, which is actually 0.66. You have Rinnegan 0.66. You have Senju Wood, which is 0.66. And then you have Black Lightning, which is 1.32, Clay, which is 0.88. All right, so these are the real percentages if it was over a 100% system. Okay, now what I suggest that the developers do now from this is they actually separate these into different tiers, because personally I believe that a lot of these spins, a lot of these KGs aren't exactly worth the percentage that they're at. All right, now coming in for one of them, I believe, is particle style. I don't really believe that particle style is 2%, especially over something like lava or even something like storm. Like, I would much rather use storm any day over particle style personally. I don't know about y'all, but you don't quite see a lot of people using particle style in game. It can be blocked. It does hit for good damage, but compared to what you could get with something like storm, or even I'll even take Kage over particle style, to be honest with you, or even Namikaze. But to have particle style at 2% over those good clients is actually pretty wild to me. You know, something like Kamazuda, especially after it got nerfed a couple times, nobody really uses it like that. I don't exactly believe Kamazuda is worth 1.33%. So what I think should happen is, I feel like you should have different tiers. So you have common, uncommon, and then you have something like rare, and then ultra rare or super rare, something like that. Because as it stands right now, there's literally only 4. How many instances they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry guys, I'm just counting like all the stuff I have on this list here. You have 5 KG that are actually above 10%, and everything else is below, like, below like 3%. So it's kind of crazy how exactly this works here. But I do believe they should separate it between common, uncommon, rare, and an ultra rare. So that way when you have these rare spins, you don't end up rolling something that's like not even worth being in the rare tier list. Like, if I roll particle style over something like Itachi MS, I'll be pretty heated. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be pretty heated, because I don't really think particle style is worth like that. Like, I've never used particle style for PvP ever, or to grind. So yeah, Shirogane as well. I don't think Shirogane is worth being that low on the rarity list, in my opinion. So, you know, if rolling that with a full rarity would be actually kind of crazy. Or Uzumaki. A lot of people don't even use Uzumaki like that. It is, you know, belongs to Naruto, but still, at the end of the day, it ain't too crazy in my opinion. But guys, this is just a little taste of what I've been doing like the past 3 hours, because I just wanted to figure out exactly what I'm rolling for, in my view at least. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been EtherealMiracle. I'm out. Deuces.